I found my dad's second family in his phone, and he begged me to keep it from my mom for one more year. It was a Thursday afternoon in June, and I was standing next to his truck in the gravel lot behind his shop, grease on my hands from hauling a condenser unit, when he asked me to grab his phone off the dash and text a customer a model number. I unlocked it with his code, my own birthday backwards, and the message thread was already open. A photo at the top of the screen. A woman I didn't recognize with her arm around a teenage boy in a baseball uniform. Underneath it, a text. Adon's cardiology follow-up got moved to next Thursday. Can you still make it? He keeps asking if you're coming. I scrolled up without meaning to. Months of it. Years, maybe. A whole life running underneath the one I thought I knew. My dad came around the truck wiping his hands on a rag and saw my face before he saw the phone, and something in him just folded. He didn't yell. He didn't lie. He took the phone out of my hand so gently it was almost worse than if he'd grabbed it. Junie, I need you to give me one more year, he said. Just one. Let me finish what I started, and then I'll tell your mother everything myself. I swear on my life. Just please don't take this from me before I'm ready. I stood there in the gravel heat and said okay, because I didn't know what else to say. That single word turned out to be the most expensive thing I've ever agreed to. My parents had been married 30 years that October, the kind of couple people pointed to as proof it could actually work. My dad, Desmond, ran his own heating and cooling business off Route 9, built it from a single used van into 2 trucks and an apprentice. My mom, Colleen, worked as a paralegal at a family law firm, the kind of job where she could spot a lie in a financial disclosure from across a room. My dad's truck was in the driveway by 6 every night because he believed in dinner at the table. There was exactly one subject that never came up there. My dad's younger brother, Gordon. I knew he'd existed. I knew he'd died 5 years earlier, something sudden with his heart, and that my dad hadn't gone to the funeral until the very last minute and left before the reception started. A photo of the two of them used to sit on the mantle and disappeared after Gordon died, and nobody ever put anything in its place. Once in high school, I asked my mom what happened between them, and she said, "That's your father's business, not mine to tell." I never brought it up again. I had my own life by then anyway, a bookkeeping job at a used car lot, a boyfriend named Theo, an apartment 20 minutes away, Sunday dinners like clockwork. I promised my dad I'd keep his secret, and for about 9 days I actually believed I could leave it alone. I told myself a version where it made sense. Some old army buddy's widow he was quietly helping, and I almost believed it until I helped him with his quarterly bookkeeping, the way I did every few months, and found a recurring Zelle transfer going out every single month. $685. Memo line blank. Recipient listed only as N. Voss. I told myself it was a subcontractor, until I pulled the account history back further and found the same transfer going back 3 full years. Not one. Not the one more year he'd promised me 9 days earlier. 36 months. All going to a woman's name I had never once heard him say out loud. My hands were shaking when I closed the laptop. 2 nights later, I drove his truck to pick up a part. His phone synced to the display, and a text lit up the dashboard in letters 6 inches tall at a red light. "Miss you already," it said. "The kids ask when you're coming back. Ivy made you a card." My stomach dropped through the floorboard. I pulled into a gas station with my hazards on and just sat there. When I got home, I told Theo I had a headache and went to bed at 8:30. That's when I remembered my dad had added me to his phone's location sharing years back, after a ladder fall scared us all, just for safety. I opened it that night with a real reason for the first time. Every single Thursday, like clockwork, his blue dot left the shop at 4 and drove 41 minutes to the same address on the other side of the county, a place I'd never once had a reason to visit in my life. That Thursday, I drove out there myself and parked 2 streets over. When the front door opened, a woman I'd never met threw her arms around my father like she'd been waiting all day just for him to come home. Full story is only on Spotify. Search BearyReads and follow.